you today. Really excited to be back in front of the camera and feeling a little bit better. So welcome, welcome. Hey, whether you're following this on my podcast series, The Intuitive Mindset, or watching this on YouTube, I truly do appreciate you watching and being part of this series. So I have a couple little videos I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to call this just a small series, Mind-Blowing Coincidences. So here's my question. Do you have those experiences in your life, or, are they just small little random acts? As said in one of this great book that I just got, When God Winks. And if you think about that, God winking down at you or on you, what does that mean, right? Do coincidences happen all the time? Do mind-blowing coincidences take place in your life? And if not, well, that could mean a couple things. It could mean that you're just not seeing them, you're not as aware as you could be, or you haven't really tried to create these experiences to even happen. So what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Well, I have 3 mind-blowing coincidences that when you hear these stories, at the end, when the coincidences unfold, if your mouth isn't down and you're going, that didn't happen, or how could that even possibly be, then I have failed you as a video content creator, because that is my intention. So, wondering what those are? Stay watching. I'm going to tell them in chronological order as to when they happened in life. And I'm going to start with a beautiful story that happened to my mom years ago. And it took over 30 something years for this coincidence to come through. Wondering what that is? You know what you got to do. Stay listening, stay watching. That video, that podcast is coming up next. Hey, thanks for staying clicked in. Whether you're listening to this on the Intuitive Mindset podcast or watching this in full-blown color on YouTube, I certainly do appreciate your time today. And I'm really excited to bring this small series together. Could be 3 to 4 videos, I'm not sure yet, but right now I know I have 3 stories lined up, and here's my first. I'm telling them in chronological order, and we're talking about mind-blowing coincidences. When God winks down on you is another way I put it. Great book, by the way. Stories like that. And, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it really reminded me, as I'm getting ready for this series, of kind of why they're so rich. And the question, it was the teachings of Abraham, Esther, and Jerry Hicks. And someone asked, why is life so difficult? And why is life so beautiful? And why do some people have harder life plans and someone has an easier life plan? And the way Abraham explained it was perfect, which is a really good layup for this series. And Abraham said, even though when you get ready to go on a beautiful vacation that your final destination is home, nice little metaphor there, does that mean you shouldn't go? Why bother leaving on your vacation if you know you're going to arrive back at home? And I think about that in the energy I'm trying to share on this small series, and it truly is that life can be this amazing vacation, right? Where these stories show up and synchronicities happen. And when they blow your mind, well, I think they're worth sharing. So let's get right into it. Backdrop story. This story happened, I'm probably 7 or 8 years old. My mom had just gone back to work. She's working for a school system, and let's just say it's not in the best section of town. So, more crime, more poverty, okay? And my mom dedicated her life to being service to these children. So if my mom was your teacher, you know exactly what that means. So mom is working one day at this school, Lawrence Barnes School in Vermont, and she's wrapping up her desk, getting ready to leave for the day, and she can't find her purse. Well, it came pretty obvious early on that mom's purse someone had broken into her classroom when she was out probably with the kids at recess and had stolen her purse. So of course, unfortunately, they had to do a little report to the police, and mom had to leave there to go to the police and to file a report. Well, she gets there and she's greeted at the door with a gentleman who is on his very first day with the police force. And he admits to my mom that this is the first time he's pulling out his, paper and pen, and she is his very first case. So they had a little chuckle and a laugh, and Mom helped him and he helped her through this process. So to say life moves on would be an understatement, okay? Because life went on 30, 40 years, okay? Mom retires now. She and my father are going back and forth from Florida. They've become snowbirds. And in Burlington, Vermont now, they're doing the whole renovation of this particular section of town. And you guessed it, but you don't know the end of the story. So I told you I was going to blow your mind, so stay listening. It's not just that her purse was found. They're tearing down a building, and sure enough, doesn't the purse fall out, land on the floor? They open it up, and well, you guessed it. Mom's driver's license, pack of Carlton. Sorry, Mom, your secret's out. She smoked Carltons back then. Her green stamps book was still in there. Of course, maybe a credit card or two, but certainly no cash. But clearly my mom's purse. So the gentleman who found it reported it, knew it was old because there's the driver's license. It said 19-something, 68, I think, right? Stay with me. He returns it to the police department, and again, a couple weeks go by. The police department reaches out to next of kin. They leave a message for my mom on her phone, but she's in Florida, right? Going back and forth. Well, long and the short of it is Mom and Dad get the call while they're down in Florida that their purse has been found. And of course, jokingly, Dad says, we will pick it up when we get into town. So they did, right? So months go by, they return home. They're downtown visiting my mother's sister, the McLaughlins. And Dad jokes and says, let's swing into the police department and pick up your purse. My mom's trying to talk him out of it. She's like, oh, Jack, what do I need that for? And he goes, I think it will be a hoot, don't you? So they do. They pull in that particular day to pick up their purse. They admit to the person at the window, why they're there. And out from the back comes this gentleman. It is the gentleman who took the report from my mom. So you think that's enough? I told you I was going to blow your mind. He hands the purse over. Mrs. Lynch, you probably don't remember me, but I'm the one who took your report. My name is here. And so they get it. They start laughing. They can't believe what a coincidence it is. Well, the gentleman goes on to tell my mom that today was his last day at the department and that he would be retiring. Okay, so from the first day, the first thing he ever did, to the last thing, in comes my mom and this purse. So I ask you, does that blow your mind? And if it doesn't, I just can't, I don't know what even I can say to you. I love that story. More beautiful coincidences, more God winking at you coming up. I got a couple more videos to share, and I just love this little series because I truly do know that life is amazing, and it truly is about the experience. What a great vacation. I'll see you next video. Thanks for following, whether you're watching this on YouTube or following it on my podcast series, The Intuitive Mindset. Your listening, your watching really means a lot to me. See you next video. Namaste. Bye now.